Alright, if you've been on social media at all, you've probably seen several ads for Quip. It is a toothbrush, a really fancy, minimalist toothbrush that is supposedly designed to make brushing your teeth a little bit more fun again. And we'll get into that in a second. But first, I want to give you my overall thoughts on the Quip toothbrush. It is an electric toothbrush, so it's not just a regular toothbrush, despite looking like one. Here's what the actual toothbrush looks like in the travel holder. You just kind of pull it apart and you got your brush. It's pretty neat. We'll get back to this travel holder in a second. But the actual brush is just this. So it comes in two different types of materials. It comes in plastic, which is about half the price of the more premium one, which is this one, which is steel or aluminum. I'm not entirely sure, but I'll put the details here. I opted for the metal one because it just feels a lot nicer. And it goes with my overall space gray MacBook aesthetic that I have for most of my other things. So it's pretty simple. It's got a tongue scraper over here and a regular brush head with rubber gum stimulators. It's a really nice brushing experience. It's not too hard and it's definitely not too soft, so you feel like you're getting a good clean here. Right here you see the logo, and that is the power button, the power on, power off button. When you hit it, I'm not sure if you can hear it, I'll bring it close to the mic. It's vibrating, so there's no oscillating head or anything, it just vibrates. That's it. So there's no like brushing, automatic brushing action or anything. You have to manually brush, like using a manual toothbrush, except for it vibrates to dislodge the little bits and pieces of nastiness that stuck in your mouth. And it's powered by one AA battery, which is really nice because my previous electric toothbrush, and I still use it from time to time, is my Oral-B regular one that you put on the charging stand. And if you've ever had an electric toothbrush with a charging stand, you know how nasty it gets after a few days. It's kind of gross and you gotta keep cleaning it. This one, no such problem. I've never really had any build-up gunk and I've been using this for quite a while now. So to change the battery, all you do is you twist it. Twist it? Oops, I turned it on. Oh wait, no, you grab it on the back and you look like you're about to break it, I think. I might actually break this, but there we go. And that's how you remove the head. And then you pull out this, this little gasket thing. Boom. Oh, kind of wet because I did use this recently. And then you just slide the battery out. And that's pretty much it. Sorry, it's not a AA battery, it's a AAA battery, my bad. And battery life wise, it's pretty good. I've only changed it once since I got it. Use it twice a day. And I haven't really noticed a hassle or anything. And I use rechargeable batteries, so it's nice to be able to recharge your batteries and just pop them in a toothbrush without having your toothbrush be stuck to a charger in the bathroom that gets all gunky. So that's really neat. So if we're breaking down the parts here, this is the handle. It's really nice. It's like a unibody design. It feels very Apple-esque. It's quality, especially the metal one feels really good. And yeah, I don't know, does it make brushing your teeth more fun? Not really, it's still brushing your teeth, but it does feel a lot nicer in your hands than the typical chunky electric toothbrush. Now, when comparing the Quip toothbrush against other traditional electric toothbrushes, you have a couple points of contention. The first one is how effective is the electric portion of the Quip, seeing as how it doesn't actually oscillate, like it doesn't spin the brush head, there's nothing moving up and down or anything, it's just vibrating. It's not going to be as effective as say, one of those fancier moving ones. But then again, you see some of the higher end sonic hairs don't have any moving bits as well. It's just really high intensity vibration, and it works. So this is a major topic of debate as to whether the oscillating or sonic, also known as vibrating electric toothbrushes, are better. The common consensus is that they both work much better than a manual toothbrush will in cleaning your teeth. However, due to the mechanical nature of the oscillating toothbrushes, they can only reach a maximum brush strokes per minute of about 7,000, maybe a little bit higher these days, but they can't go much faster than that. Whereas the sonic electric toothbrushes that just vibrate at a high speed, because there's not a lot of moving parts in there, it's just vibrating, it can reach much higher brush strokes per minute. So it can reach numbers as high as 62,000, like we see in some of the higher end sonic hairs. So when it comes to electric toothbrushes, you can have the ones with the moving parts, and you can have the ones that just vibrate at a high speed, and they both do the job pretty well. The key performance indicating metric is how much it vibrates, like what frequency does it vibrate at. So when it comes to the Quip toothbrush, powered by a single AAA battery, it's not as powerful as the traditional chunkier electric toothbrushes. So yes, it does vibrate, but it's not going to vibrate as much, as intensely as, say, a sonic hair will. However, if you pair the acceptable level of vibration that the Quip has with proper brushing motion, you know, brush angle in towards the gums, and you know, you do the whole thing, then it gives you a spectacular clean. And again, it is so small, it is so easy to travel with, it's ridiculous compared to how big, say, the sonic hair would be with its travel case and everything. Alright, so before we wrap up on the whole vibration side of things, it's really cool that Quip has the, I guess it's standard, it's not really cool, it's just kind of standard in electric toothbrushes, but there is a indicator for each quadrant of your mouth. So when you turn it on, it will vibrate, and then you brush like one corner, let's say the upper left corner of your mouth, and then once it's hit I think 30 seconds, it will vibrate like in like sort of a pulse to let you know, it's time to move on to the other side of your mouth. So then it vibrates every 30 seconds for a 2-minute brush with 4 quadrants of your mouth. So that's really nice to get a good even brushing, and just make sure you're not over brushing on one side. And I will say that the tongue cleaner, I love it. Most toothbrushes have some sort of tongue cleaner that kind of just sucks, or a lot of electric toothbrushes don't even have a tongue cleaner, which is beyond me. Like, why don't you just put a tongue cleaner on it? It's so easy to put on. But Quip does it right. Their tongue cleaner is great. It really does the job of getting that gunk off your tongue. And yeah, it's a good brushing experience overall. It feels like an Apple product. That's what I'll say. Okay, so moving on to the travel holder. It's a pretty simple looking, it's not even a case. I can't even really call it a case. It's more like a sheath. You put the Quip in, and you know, it stays, and it has a flat bottom, so you can put it on your countertop, and it works that way. But the key highlight here is this strip on the back, which they call, I think they call, the magic suction strip thing. And when you first look at it, it doesn't look like a suction strip. What it really looks like is some sort of adhesive tape. But upon closer inspection, you will not be able to see the suction, but it is not an adhesive strip, because you can stick it to all kinds of stuff, and all you gotta do is rinse it with soap and water, let it dry, and once it's dried, you can stick it on pretty much anything again. It sticks best to smooth surfaces such as mirrors, which is what it was intended to stick on. But it's really durable. Like, I've tossed this in my bag countless times, and it's rubbed up on all kinds of gunk. It's kind of discolored a little bit right now because of that, but every time I want to stick it on something, all I gotta do is give it a rinse and a wipe with soap, and then let it dry, and then bap, I can stick it on the mirror, which is really neat because when you're traveling and you don't want to just have stuff laying all over the countertop, just having it sticking on the mirror is really cool. And you can stick it this way, so you just pull it out, brush your teeth, and rinse it and stick it back in, or you can stick it this way. Either ways. It does have a vent cutout at the bottom here, and the Quip name is also a vented cutout, as well as these two side strips flanking the suction strip. So there's lots of ventilation going on here. It could have a little bit more ventilation going here, but I haven't had issues with any sort of water just failing to get out. You know, it drips out pretty well, regardless of whether you have it this way or this way, it'll just come down. So it's pretty good. Venting is great. And again, the convenience of being able to stick this anywhere is super cool. You know, whenever I go to anyone's house and I stick it on their mirror, they're like, what the fuck is that? What is that? It's cool. So it's a toothbrush, that's what it is. Okay, so let's see. So coming back to this suction strip thing, I actually tweeted, I tweeted Quip asking what the heck it was, because on the website they just say it's like a suction strip, but it does not look like a suction cup. I will bust out the macro lens for you guys and you will see it just looks like an adhesive strip. But they assured me that it is really tiny suction cups, like microscopic suction cups, maybe a little bit bigger than microscopic, but it's tiny suction cups, and that's all it is. There's no other magic to it. So you stick it on to a surface, and to remove it, you don't want to just rip it off because that might tear it apart. What you do is you rock it left and right, and then it kind of just peels off, and that's pretty much it. So it can withstand pretty much anything, and whenever it starts losing its stickiness, all you gotta do, rinse it. That's it. Okay, so part of the Quip promise or service kind of thing is that they will send you brush heads with their subscription plan. So I think it's like $5 per head, and you can just set it and forget it, so it sends you a head whenever you're supposed to replace it, which is neat because I know the majority of us do not replace our toothbrush heads when they are actually dead and time to be changed. Just because, you know, I can't speak for everybody else. I know that I don't do it regularly, so it's nice to just have them deliver it to you. I haven't signed up for the subscription service because I'm pretty nasty, and I think I can get more life out of this than they're claiming. So I'm gonna keep using that for a while. But yeah, so that's neat that they offer a subscription program. And I think the first, at least according to the box, the first refill is free. Which is neat, and it is $5 for a fresh brush head and a battery refill. They send you a battery. That's pretty cool. Yeah, so they recommend changing it every 3 months. I don't really care that much to do that, but okay. And yeah, so that's basically the Quip electric toothbrush. It is very nice. It like design-wise, it is spectacular. And here's the packaging. It's a sturdy, nice little box. Pulls out. It feels like a tech gadget more than an oral health gadget, which is very nice. It's come with a little instruction booklet and whatnot, which is pretty neat. So yeah, I don't know. It's probably like the bougiest toothbrush I've ever used. And I've used some of those chunky electric ones too. It is made of matte aluminum. Aluminum. Yes, it's aluminum. And it comes in a variety of colors. And there's also a kids edition, like a children's edition. They're a little bit smaller, but aside from that, it's just the same. It's the Quip toothbrush, is just smaller for those tiny little children hands. Okay, and they have a special edition one that is black, all black everything. Like the bristles are black, the handle is black, the carrier is black, everything is black. And this is their Global Dental Relief Charity Edition that if you buy, they will generously donate one whole doll hair to the Global Dental Relief with every purchase. It's the charity edition. I mean, I can't really say much about spending. I think these ones are like $50. Spending $50 to donate $1 to charity is the dumbest thing ever. You might as well just get the $40 one and then donate $10 to the charity. It's kind of stupid, but it is cool because it's all black, and I mean, it looks good. Oh yeah, and that brings us to the last thing, the price. So at $20 for the plastic version and $40 for the aluminum version, I know I'm saying that word really weird, just bear with me. It's pretty reasonable for an electric toothbrush. Typical electric toothbrushes are usually a little bit more expensive than that, especially if you're talking the quality ones, not the crappy kind of throwaway ones that I know a lot of the brands make. But typically you're gonna pay 70 bucks for a good electric toothbrush. However, as much as they promote their high value electric toothbrushes as being cheap and affordable compared to the beefier ones, it is noticeably less substantial. It still feels great, but when you pay $70 to $80 for a electric toothbrush, it's beefy, it's got features, it's really powerful, you know, and sometimes that is what you want and that's what you need. But these ones, they're not really that, you know, when you brush your teeth, it just feels good. It doesn't feel like, wow, this was a dental tool and some sort of high-tech anything. I mean, it vibrates, that's about it. So it's really more comparative to the, you remember those Oral-B manual toothbrushes that had like a built-in battery and then you hit the button and it just kind of vibrates? That's basically what this is, but with a exchangeable battery and much nicer aesthetics and feels and that travel cover. So don't be fooled, it is a cheaper electric toothbrush and it's cheaper for a reason. But that being said, it is the nicest cheap electric toothbrush, and I use it more often than my other electric toothbrush, which is beefier and bigger, just because it's easier to carry with me and I don't have to worry about that gunk, mainly because I don't want to worry about that freaking gunk that builds up on your toothbrush charging base for the other models. So if you're in the market for a new toothbrush and or you travel a lot, consider picking up a Quip toothbrush. Is it magic? No, but it is quite a nice experience, especially in the hand. It just feels like a work of art. All right, and if you guys are interested, there is also the Quip floss, which comes in a very chic metallic, no, it's not metallic, it is metal. It is the same aluminum, I can't, how do you say aluminum?
Aluminum?
Aluminum? Mm-hmm. All right. Thank you. It is the same aluminum as the handle of the upper end Quip toothbrushes. And how is this metal tube floss, you ask? Well, it has a little top portion that you can depress and pop! A little floss dispenser pops up. And the floss is actually marked for the perfect length. When you pull it to a certain length, you'll see a green indicator, and that's where you are supposedly supposed to cut it by just kind of pulling it through here. So I'll go ahead and make a full review of the Quip floss to follow up this Quip toothbrush review. That's pretty much it. Hopefully you got a little bit of value out of this video and it's helped you make your purchase decision. And if it did, if you learned something new or you just enjoy me talking about toothbrushes or whatnot, please remember to subscribe, give me a thumbs up, drop a comment below, let me know what I can improve on. I know I have a lot to improve on. I got these lights going, the air conditioner is off, it's getting warm in here, I'm sweating bullets here. But it's important to talk about dental hygiene, so that's why I'm here. Okay, so like, subscribe, share with friends looking for toothbrushes, and let me know what you want to see next. Alright, thanks for watching, guys.